We cruising down the spiritual road up in the whip, riding down, and all of a sudden, like we all sober, you know, we're chilling in the whip, we're not drinking yet or anything. We ain't taking shrooms or nothing, no LSD or jankum or anything like that. We just like riding down the road. The vibes start to get real heavy. Time's starting to like slow down and feel real strange, and I'm feeling like I'm tripping, man. I look at my friend Billy. I'm like, dude, you feeling weird right now? You feel that? Like time's kind of like slowing? He's like, yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I look in the back seat, big 65-year-old pimp named Terry Turtle sitting in the back. I'm like, dude, you feel this? He's like, yeah, man. I'm like, I wonder what's going on. I look to the right, you know, we in the left lane. Look to the right, and there's a strange green RAV4 sitting there, just riding at the same speed as us. All the windows were smashed out. It didn't come from the back. Sure didn't leave from the front. It just kind of appeared right down the highway right next to us. This weird green RAV4. There was like wood attached to the sides, like nailed in. And there was garbage piled up inside. It smelled insane. Some huge fucking thing in the front seat. This huge beast of a thing. Looked like a person, but kind of seemed like it was something else too at the same time. Its fucking huge arm was extended out the window and onto the top of the roof. Just kind of like shoved and splayed up there. His head was shrimped and cocked at this strange angle and squashed up against the ceiling, so you couldn't even really see what his head looked like. It's like big old mass of human and something else mixed together. I couldn't tell what the hell it was. I look at my boy, I'm like, you see that? He's like, yeah, man, I see that shit. Whoever's driving that RAV4, man, that dude is fucked. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy, man. You look back over, it's gone, man. It's disappeared. Time's kind of come back to normal again, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn. So the other day, about 9 or 10 days ago, I took that same holy stretch of highway from Columbus, Ohio, down to Louisville, Kentucky, and I was cruising, and right about the same place that we saw that dude last time in the strange green RAV4, I was expecting to see him again, you know, kind of a visitation or something. And I'm flowing down the highway, and I didn't see him, and time didn't slow down or nothing. But they right about the place where we saw him on the radio came this psychedelic ad. Come on down, the big bill's gonna work. We got your RAV4s down here. And I was like, I think that's our boy on the radio. That's why he's not here. He's on the radio right now, you know. And that's what this one's about, y'all. It's also about a haunted motel and shit. One night in Wildorado, a haunted strange motel. Wasn't no Micanopy, no love bugs on the prowl. Wasn't no Creole mafia there. Wasn't no ghostly dog. It's just that rain and ice and snow, cars crashing in the fall. Ooh, one night in Wildorado. One night in Wildorado. One night in Wildorado, a haunted Taco Bell. Didn't get no burritos there, 'twas a portal to hell. Driving through New Mexico, think about how time goes slow. Shake those molasses off, yeah, it's time to roll. Ooh, one night in Wildorado. Ooh, one night in Wildorado. homies outside, we were talking about Chipotle and burritos and whatnot. It reminds me, I was hanging out with my man Terry Turtle, the dude I was talking about earlier, 65 years old. He's from Virginia, you know, he's a very southern player. He's like, chapatis. He calls it chapatis. That's how he thinks it's pronounced, you know. Chapatis down there. I don't know the chapatis anymore after all that salmonella. I'm like, yeah, man, me neither. I don't fuck around with that shit. Yeah, down at chapatis, man. I heard about all them people. Some died. I'm like, yeah, that's sad, man, you know. Some homies died from eating chapatis. I guess that's a shitty way to go out, you know what I mean? Might as well do it at Carl's Diner, you know what I mean? Woo! Instead, you know, eat that 15-egg omelet and just die on the table. That sounds tight, but you know, I'm like, yeah, man, that sucks. He's like, yeah, there's that one boy, I saw him on the news. He's in his 20s. Chapatis put him on a walker. There's some dude who ate at Chapatis and like ate a burrito and now he's on a walker because of it. I'm like, damn, son, in his 20s on a walker. I've never seen that before, you know, that's insane. He said, that dude is not off the chain. I said, no, he's not. That dude is cemented to the chain. I was like, hell fucking yeah, that dude is cemented to the damn chain. That's off the chain. You know, it kind of reminds me also about the other night in Columbus. I was hanging out at the show and I played and I got down to the merch table and dude was sitting by the merch table. He's like, let me get a cassette. You know, he was this dude who like, he was born in Ohio, but like he went out to Europe for a couple years and now tries to act like he's European. You know what I'm saying? Like fake accent and hair and everything, you know? And he's doing this European thing. And I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, thanks for getting the Holy Pimp World cassette. You know, thank you, man. Like hanging with him. But dude is just, he won't stop talking and he's talking a bunch of shit. He's saying like racist garbage and doing all kinds of things. I'm like, oh my God. You know, but he just keeps following me around the show. You know, a couple more bands playing and I'm chilling. And, you know, it just keeps going on and on. I'm like, man, shut up, dog, you know? And then he goes, you want to come back with me to my house and do some Yeti powder? I'm like, hell fucking yeah! Let's go back and do some Yeti powder for sure, man. So we go around, he's like, I live right around the corner. So we go around the corner to his place, literally right around a corner in the back of the place. And his house is attached to the side of the venue, and this shit is haunted as fuck. I'm like, this place is awful. You know, I walk in the door, there's a sad puss sitting right by the door. The saddest puss you've ever seen just sitting there. I wanted to pet it, but I said, I can't even touch that thing, man. That's some sad shit, man. I'm not trying to mess with that too hard. The sad puss, and there was fucked up paintings all over the walls, like beyond Hellraiser type of shit. Demonic screaming faces with eyes popping out, and like other faces forming from the eyes and stuff. Dude, who did those paintings? I don't know. I'm like, damn, I think fucking Pinhead did those, you know what I'm saying? I think the Cenobites had something to do with those paintings. You know, we're like hanging out in the living room and there's a leather coffee table. I've never seen that before. A leather coffee table, some true Hellraiser 3 type of shit. I'm like, oh my God. He busts out the Yeti powder on the leather coffee table. We do a couple lines of some Yeti powder. And I'm like, okay, I'm the fuck out of this place. You know, I rolled out, man. And dude is still just talking shit and harassing me and everybody around the place. I'm like, thanks for the Yeti powder, dude, but you know, you got to chill, man. Like, stop talking to me, essentially. You know what I mean? And he's like, eventually it's time to go, and he's like, let me tell you something, man. I'm like, what? He's like, you know, I bought a cassette. I'm like, yeah, dude, I sold it to you, I remember. He's like, well, I stole one, too. And he pulls the other one out, and he's dancing with the cassette in his hand. I said, hell yeah, dude. Give that one to a friend, dog. Hell yeah, you know. Roll the fuck out of there. And that's what this next song's about, y'all. It's like sometimes you go in a place, sometimes you go in a holy place and it's so fucking haunted, you're like, dude, I ain't staying there tonight. And that's what this one's about. You might see some Cenobites or something. The vibes that I felt rolling by, Lord, you know they got me high. Well, if I stay there tonight, I know I'll see it go. I had some scary thoughts while riding down that road. I thought about some things while riding down that road. The ghostly face against the glass, screaming about times gone past. Yeah, if I stay there tonight, I know it might be my last. If I stay there tonight, I know I'll see it go. If I stay there tonight, I know I'll see it go. The vibes that I felt rolling by, Lord, you know they got me high. Well, if I stay there tonight, I know I'll see it go. Yeah, I know I'll see it go. Yeah, I know I'll see it go. Holy Worcester, I love this holy city, yeah. What a great place to be. Thank you, man. Thank you, holy Worcester. You know, ICP claims it's the greatest city to play in America. I'm pretty sure that might be true. Because ICP don't, they don't say that unless they mean it. They also slang strange glass shrimpanades like that I never seen before. I call those nips, you know what I'm saying? You guys call those nips?
Yeah.
I was out west and this lady, I was in this liquor store. Like, how much are those nips? I'm talking, she's a gangster too. Like, I was like, oh my God, she was huge and could have killed me in one punch, How much are those nips? What are you fucking talking about? Like, how much are those nips right there? What? Those things, those little shots of liquor in the glass and plastic bottles, the nips. She's like, oh, it's like $3. Like, that's way too much. I rolled out of that fucking place. I think she liked it, though. I think it was off the chain. When I was out there, I toured with this guy, Big Fat Matt Robideau. Some of you guys heard his name before. And this guy, Obese Danny. He used to live up in Brattleboro back in the day. I can't think of his last name right now, but he's a tight-ass dude, too. And we cruised down the road. We went down to Mexico. We played a show in Tijuana. So, we was really psyched, me and the holy 96 Thunderbird, my whip, we're going down. We're about with one car is in front of us in line. All of a sudden, I realized we're crossing the border into Mexico. And I realized, I'm like, fuck, man. I forgot I had a stash of some Yeti powder up inside that CCR cassette case. Up inside that Holy Green River plastic snap cassette case. I was like, damn, me and my boy Savage Young Taterbug, who played together back in the day at this spot, we had bought some Yeti. And we had left it in there. I forgot about it. I'm like, oh, damn. So I was like, dude, keep tossing that Green River cassette real quick, He tossed it to me, I busted it open and did the Yeti, on camera and everything, 17 cameras pointing down at me, But I didn't have it on me when we got to the spot, so it was all good, We get to the border and the dude just knocks on the car, he goes, guitarras! I'm like, sí, guitarras. Tijuana? I'm like, sí. welcome to Mexico. So we cruised right in, no search or anything. It was chill. My boy put the address, what he thought was the address of the venue, into his fascist device. that fascist iPhone or whatever it was he had. He put what he thought was the address into that fascist device. And I was like, okay, man, hopefully it's right, It wasn't right. The venue was 5 minutes away from the border crossing. The address he put in was an hour and a half away from the border crossing, on top of a psychedelic mountain called Cerro Colorado, where there's a holy Mexican village up there, and it's all dirt roads, and there's flaming garbage piles in the middle of the road that you gotta blast over at high speeds, or else your shit explodes. We're flying up my whip is solo riding, it's like that high off the fucking dirt, and it's blasting over these flaming garbage piles, and there's people screaming at us and shit. And I'm like, dude, you fucked me, man. This address you put in had to be wrong. There's no way we're playing here. I would like to someday, but there's no fucking way that the show is going down in this spot tonight. Finally get to near the top of the mountain. The whip will literally not go over this last flaming garbage pile. I'm just like, I'm like, dude, you fucked me, man. My car is probably fucked. We're screwed. We're gonna have to somehow drive an hour and a half back and find the venue, the whole thing. So I slowly start backing down the mountain. I get about 50 yards, and this lady runs out in front of the car. Stop! And we stopped, Thank God I did, because if we had gone another foot and a half, we would have flown off the side of a ravine, dog. It was like, exploded, all died and shit, And so I was curved too far to the left, we would have flown off the ravine. And so she goes, hey, yo, the whole spiritual mountain, the whole spiritual village comes out. I'm talking like old ass people, young people, strange dogs, barnyard animals you never even seen before, babies and shit. They're all out there, the whole fucking village of Cerro Colorado. And they fucking push the whip sideways, push it sideways, get it to the middle of the street. I throw some spiritual 20s out the window. I'm like, thanks, y'all, man. Peace. We're trying to get to the show. We get to the show. Shit was tight. Show was up the chain. Had some great food. Had a spiritual time. Got like a holy tour of Mexico. Like shit was amazing. Probably gonna move down there one day. Like I was blown away. And then it came time to go back to the U.S. the next morning, the next afternoon. And when you go back in the U.S., they search your car real stringently and whatnot. So it's a long wait. You'll be sitting in your car for about an hour and a half, and people are like trying to sell stuff to you, knocking on the window. They got all kinds of crazy crucifixes spouting blood. They got crazy foods and sodas and shit. And but the only thing I saw that I really wanted to buy, I saw it from afar. I was like, damn, I got to get that. It was a ceramic Minions lamp. You know what I'm saying? It was this ceramic Minion with a lamp head like popping up on top of his head. I was like, I got to have that. So dude sees me looking, and he comes over and knocks on the window. I roll it down. I'm like, hey man. He's like, 25 for the Minion. And I'm like, 25? I was expecting to say like 5, dude. That's way too much, man. So, we continue on. 15 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, 20 for the Minion. I'm like, damn, that's still too much. Finally, he keeps coming back, knocking on the window. He sees me eyeing this Minion, He finally drops it down to $10. And I'm like, dude, I realized at this point, I said, I can't even buy that Minion. If I buy that holy ceramic Minions lamp, I know one of my boys is gonna smash that shit. It's like, when you're hanging with G's, like, a ceramic Minions lamp don't last too long. When people get blacked out, they're gonna smash it. That Minion ain't gonna make it through the night. So I was like, man, I'm sorry I can't buy that Minion, dude. It's too heavy to send home. So, it's like, I can't take that right now. And so we get to the border, and usually they search you real stringently because they think you're smuggling drugs and stuff. And they didn't even look in the car. They just looked in the back window, and there was a big pile of sleeping bags back there. It kind of looked like some people were hidden underneath or something. He goes, is that a person in there? I said, no. He said, welcome to the U.S. We could have smuggled 3 shrimps up in the whip. Should have done it next time I'm going to, literally. Get $1,000 richer bringing shrimps back across the border and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so then we had the great idea to go to this holy cliff where all these sea lions chill out, kind of near San Diego. All these obese ass sea lions sit up on this cliff and shit, And it smells like semen, it smells like piss and shit. These obese sea lions are they're fucking and jizzing and shitting all on these cliffs. It's like this one cliff that they all sit on. It smells horrible, y'all. You get out of the car, you're like, damn. It smells like semen. You know, there's this dude that I know that smells like semen. His name's Jeremiah. So we called it Jeremiah's Beach. You know, oh, Jeremiah, we at your beach right now, you know. There's a beach next to the cliff where you can swim with the sea lions. They pop their heads out the water next to you. And you can like chill with them, you know? But I heard they bite you, man. I wanted to ride one, you know, I wanted to hop on and gangsterize, but I heard they bite you and shit, so I didn't really try to fuck with them too hard, you know. Just chill with them a little bit. And that's what this next one's about, y'all. Dinah's up around here. Let me read you. All the bands have been incredible tonight. Yeah, I loved everything real good. I'm real excited for my holy friend Ryan next year. Woo! Let me read you one. This one's about a big old obese chocolate lab. Rest in peace, y'all. Shar was her name. I called her Obisa. This one's called Obisa, Queen of the Green Hole. live. It's about that. It's about all these different things that happened while I was out there. You know, my boy, his name was Tits McGee. That's what he went by. Crazy ass name, I know. I was like, hey, Tits McGee? What? He looked like Macaulay Culkin, but maybe like 400 pounds. His face was identical to Macaulay Culkin. He went by Tits McGee. I'm not even joking with y'all. It's like, what the hell is this guy thinking? He drove an old, like 80s Oldsmobile. Real nasty inside. It smelled like cigarettes and butt and shit, you know. Like one day a rat crawled up inside there in the summertime and died. Up inside the Oldsmobile. He was so damn lazy, he just let it stay in there. So, you know, it's like 90-something degrees every day in the summer down there. We're driving around hotboxing up in the whip with this big old dead rat up inside. Somewhere up in the upholstery, somewhere in that whip. Stinking like crazy, man. Like, you roll down the windows after hotboxing and you're like, fuck! Woo! You can't go on a date that night, dude. Can't, like, see nobody for like 3 days after that experience. You smell like a hot-ass rat carcass. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be making love that night, dude. They're gonna be fucking have nose clips and shit. You know, at least have some clothespins on hand if you're planning on it. You know what I mean? You stink. There's a dead rat up inside that whip. And so, like, he was so fucking lazy, he never cleaned it out. It rotted away. You know, the roaches came in and ate it, I guess. Just kind of disappeared. You know, the bones became like powder. You know, probably snorted a line of it or something like that. That rat decomposed, man. That all happened on this holy road I'm about to sing this song about, man. I dedicate this to Big Tits McGee. I also dedicate it to all the spiritual people up here in the Firehouse tonight. Woo! Big Mac, Big Ryan, y'all. And all y'all. On that haunted road with that man named Tits McGee. Went up on that haunted road with that man named Tits McGee. I saw some fools in big white clothes, sun up in the trees, and I said, we got to get away. We got to get away. That dry creek road, one haunted spiritual way. I went up and I took that turn to climb that fire tower road. I went up and I took that turn to climb that fire tower road. I found a dead man sitting in a car. He had left a heavy load on my mind. Yeah, got to get away. To get away, that dry creek road, one haunted spiritual way. Place they call the Seven Spot, got ghosts and killers there. Place they call the Seven Spot, got ghosts and killers there. That ghostly car rolled back and forth, no driver in the chair, and I said, we got to get away. We got to get away. That dry creek road, one haunted spiritual way. If you go up on that haunted road, my friend. If you go up on that haunted road, my friend. Yeah. Hey, y'all, I got one last holy tune here tonight, one last spiritual tale. It's a spiritual pleasure to be here tonight. Let me retune real quick. Holy Worcester. Hold on one second here. Whew. Yeah, man, so me and my boys was in Ohio. We were cruising down the road. We rolled up into Cincinnati, and this dude that was riding with, he's like, I'm like, what do you want to do in Cincinnati? He's like, well, I want to go visit this dude at this gentrified ass coffee house. You know, this honked out dude. I'm like, fuck that, man. In the holy city of Cincinnati, are you trying to go to some gentrified ass honked out coffee house? He's like, yeah. Like, damn, dude. So I guess you're driving, so I gotta go. I mean, fuck. So we rolled up to the spot. It was even worse than you'd expect. You know what I mean? This dude came out. Turns out he's like the owner of the place. And I was like, at least tell me something. I was like, is there a good beer around here to chug? Like, you know, like a local specialty type of thing. The dude says, are you trying to get blacked out tonight? I said, yeah, I think so. He's like, well, you gotta try this beer called Hootie Po. I'm like, Hootie Po? Are you pulling my third leg? You know, like, you fucking around with me? He's like, no, it's called Hootie Po. Like, okay, man, I'm gonna go look for this shit. So we went on the ride, we went on the spiritual journey. We passed by the Big Butter Jesus and stuff on the way. And we went on the search for the Hootie Po, you know? And I kept going into places, and I'm like, you got Hootie Po? They're like, fuck you, man, I don't got no Hootie Po. I'm like, damn. People were getting aggressive and angry and everything. I'm like, is Hootie Po real? Is this a joke? Like, what's going on here? You know, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. We passed by a strange steel mill. Next thing you know, there's a holy roadhouse off to the left called the Golden Key Club. I say, dude, pull on over, man. We going up inside this psychedelic roadhouse. So we go up inside, and I sit down at the bar, and a huge mama comes up and sits down next to me. Hey there! I'm like, damn. First time up in here? I said, yeah. You have to try the loaded fries. And I'm like, what? Loaded fries? You know, I could picture what that was, but I wanted to hear what she had to say. You know? So I said, what's that? French fry, potatoes, bacon, cheese on top. I'm like, okay, that's kind of what I pictured, you know. You have to try the loaded fries. And I'm like, damn, okay. I'm like, you ever heard of Hootie Po? She goes, Hootie Po. I ain't heard somebody say that name in 15 years. Now I don't know where to get it. And I'm like, damn. I'm going to the bathroom. I said, okay. She rolled up to the bathroom. Next, a huge fat-ass pimp comes and sits down next to me. I think you've been talking to my wife. I'm like, damn, here we go. You know, it's about to get crazy up in here. He goes, it's all good, man. Have you ever heard of a buffalo wing? And I'm like, what? Of course I know what a fucking buffalo wing is, but I didn't say that. I said, what's that?
kind of like a chicken leg, but smaller. Dipped in a strange red sauce and fried up real nice. I send my wife down here sometime when the grandchildren come over and we get some buffalo wings, dip them in the blue cheese and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know where to get some hootie pole around these parts? He says, hootie pole? Nah. But I did put 6 songs of Hootie and the Blowfish on the jukebox for you. So we listened to Darius Rucker and Hootie for about, 35 minutes and jammed out. I said, I'm the fuck out of this roadhouse, man. I rolled out of there. We got to the place where the show was going down, house show in this fucked up college town called Oxford, Ohio. And like we roll up to the spot. I'm like, y'all know where to get some hootie pole, man. I'm getting desperate right now. We're like, down at the Kroger's. Down at the Kroger's, for real? They got it down there? How far away is that? It's a long way away. I'm like, damn. So I just started walking. It was a 5-minute walk to the Kroger's. Got there in 5 minutes. Went inside. I was like, damn, this is a psychedelic ass Kroger's. They had a beer cave up inside. I've never seen that in the Kroger's before. I rolled up inside the Holy Beer Cave, and there was one last remaining pack of Hootie Light. That's the light version of Hootie Pole. H-U-D-Y, light. Got that shit. I said, oh yeah. Snatched that shit. Rolled back to the crib. Sat on the holy couch on the porch and cracked the first Hootie Pole out of that Hootie Light 12-pack and took that first miraculous sip. You know what I mean? I tasted it. I switched it around in my mouth and swallowed it. And I was like, man, that might be the worst beer I've ever tasted. That shit is pure horse urine. Like maybe some LaCroix or Polar stirred in, you know what I mean? It's like they went to the Polar factory and had a horse piss in half the bottle or something, stirred it around and then dumped a little alcohol in it or something. A little bit of Everclear or something. Tasted terrible. Drank the whole 12-pack and felt sober. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, this beer sucks. But recently, I tried Hootie Pole Regular about 8 days ago, something like that. And it was actually really good. So Hootie Pole Regular you should get. H-U-D-E-P-O-H-L. Hootie Pole. You can't get that around here, but next time you go to Cincinnati, you better try some, man. That shit's off the chain, and that's what this last song's about, y'all. I love Holy Worcester, yeah!
It rolls on.